Today you'll be getting 2 Mexican-inspired breakfast recipes that are naturally high in protein, nutrient-dense, and perfect after your morning workouts. Welcome again to Creative Phoebe Cooks channel. I'm your host, Phebean, and the breakfast recipes include Amaranth porridge and Huevos Ahogados and Salsa Verde. But first, let me get some workout in to test the effect of these breakfast options. After my workouts, I like to start with something light, like a fruit I have on hand, and nuts, preferably walnuts, to support my brain and hormone health. Speaking of fruits, I've had a serious obsession with saving fruit seeds, from the likes of sweet peppers, plums, tomato, pawpaw, and so much more. But although I didn't get any from this pear, I'm glad I saved the seeds together with the name of the pear from the pears I'd had previously. I sowed a variety of seeds in my last episode, and I'm excited to see what comes out of them as the weather warms up. I'll update you in the upcoming videos. What do you do with the seeds from the fruits you eat on a daily basis, especially your favorite fruits? After tending to the imagined seeds, I've got a craving for something tart yet nourishing with fresh, bold flavors, and this Huevos Ahogados and Salsa Verde is a perfect breakfast option in this case. It's also known as a Mexican shakshuka. If you love shakshuka, you've got to try this alternative. For that, I'm starting off with fresh tomatillos. Take off the husk from the tomatillos and set them aside. Then prepare the remaining ingredients, and those include the serrano pepper, garlic, and onions. Red, yellow, red onions, any would do. Rinse the tomatillos to remove the stickiness from their skin, and place all these ingredients in a clean, large pot together with some water. Then bring all the contents to a boil for 12 to 15 minutes until the tomatillos are softened and slightly browned. Now while that's going on, here are a few tips to take note on the nutrition content of tomatillos, especially if you're not familiar with cooking with them on a normal basis. Number 1, they are a Mexican superfood used in a plethora of Mexican recipes. Also, they are packed with vitamins A, C, and E, loads of antioxidants and phytochemicals like withanolides, which have an anti-inflammatory property to safeguard your gut system, contribute to your muscle strength, joint health, and cognitive function. Now here's the thing, if I were you, I would grow tons of tomatillos this summer so you can bask in all these health benefits. Comment below on your favorite way to eat and cook tomatillos. We would all love to know. Alright, now that all these elements are done cooking, fish out all the contents from the boiled liquid using a slotted spoon and put them in a blender. A glass blender would be perfect for this, since the plastic versions will not sustain the heat that well. Then save about 300 ml of water for later on. That would be a little over 1 cup to the contents in the blender. Add in fresh cilantro leaves and the stems for a punch of fresh flavors and freshness, as well as greens. Then add in your Himalayan salt for taste. Blitz the contents on high speed until everything is well combined to make the salsa verde. If you're making this on the weekend for the week ahead, Save the salsa verde in a container to make the Huevos Ahogados fresh to taste when you want it, or you can use it as a condiment. Now, after the salsa verde chills overnight, it will be gelatinous due to the high pectin content in the tomatillos. Turn in your cast iron skillet to medium heat, then pour in as much salsa verde as you want. This will help the gelatinous content to loosen up. Then thin the salsa verde slightly with some of the boiled liquid you had saved. Crack in 2 to 5 eggs in the skillet depending on the quantity of salsa verde you have in there, while leaving some room between each egg. As you already know, eggs are high in protein. 1 egg contains about 6 grams of protein, which is pretty good. So if you do eat eggs, this is a great way to level up your protein content after your workouts, or especially in the beginning of your day. If you add in 3 eggs, that's 18 grams of protein. Check that out. I like my eggs well done, so I'll cover the pot and cook the eggs on low heat so the steam cooks them until they're set. Feel free to cook your eggs as you prefer. Now for me, this will take about 5 to 10 minutes. So while that's going on, I'll toast some bread and pair it with the Huevos Ahogados when it's all done. When everything is done, all that's left to do is to serve your Huevos Ahogados and Salsa Verde. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it just sounds so good. Serve it in a bowl with toasted bread or some corn tortillas. I shared that recipe last week. Be sure to check it out on my website using the link in the description box below. Now this meal, let me tell you something, is filled with bold and fresh flavors and good amounts of healthy greens, which are sure to energize you as you start your day right. Without wasting any time, next on the list is Amaranth porridge. I shared my perspective on my favorite grain so far, which is amaranth grains. I shared that in a few episodes ago and got a recipe request on how to cook this grain. And here it is. Firstly, amaranth is an ancient grain from Central America, specifically the Aztec culture. It is smaller than quinoa grains, but slightly larger than teff grains. Unlike teff, amaranth is a pseudo grain, which makes it gluten-free. And while teff is high in calcium, amaranth is high in iron. So if you're looking to increase your energy levels after your workout, maximize the quality of your digestion, and or maintain your iron levels, especially for the ladies during that time of the month, amaranth, my dear, is going to be your best friend. Amaranth also contains all the 9 essential amino acids, which makes it a complete protein. So what's not to love? Measure out the amaranth grains and add some water to it, all in a container. The amaranth is a bit funny, so you need to whisk the grains into the water to help submerge all the grains. That way they're able to sit in and let the system soak overnight, which will make the grains softer and easier to cook in a short amount of time. On the next day, drain the amaranth grains using a tiny holed sieve. The tinier the hole, the better. Check out a link in the description box below to see which sieve I use to handle quinoa, amaranth grains, teff grains, and you'll be happy to use that one. Then add the grains to a saucepan without doing any extra washing, together with some water, cinnamon powder, some Himalayan salt, and apple cider vinegar. Now for the apple cider vinegar, feel free to add it after cooking the porridge to help maintain the components of the good bacteria for optimal gut health and a happy mind. Now bring all these contents to a boil on medium to high heat and allow the grains to cook through its evolving phases. I've added a thorough breakdown on the phases with cooking time for cooking amaranth porridge on my website, creativephoebe.com. Be sure to check out the link in the description box below. After every 5 minutes, whisk the porridge to prevent any lumps from forming. I cook amaranth porridge at least once a week, which serves me at least 2 to 3 servings. I cook it for its nutritive, gut-friendly, and gluten-free value to my diet. And as you can see, with just a few flavoring ingredients to make this porridge, you'll quickly fall in love with this breakfast favorite. Now once the porridge thickens even more and start to produce smaller puddles and splatter, you know it's almost done. So reduce the heat to low, keep an eye on it, and continue cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes until it thickens as much as you would like it. Now this porridge cooks in about 22 to 23 minutes. Feel free to taste to adjust the seasoning, then serve the porridge in a bowl with honey or your favorite sweetener, milk or yogurt together with fresh fruit. Nut butter would be a tasty addition as well. Creative cooks, this amaranth porridge is one of the most fragrant porridges to add to your breakfast menu to have after a strengthening workout or on a chill weekend morning. I promise you that you'd be glad you did. I can't wait to hear how this protein-packed post-workout breakfast options turned out for you and your biggest takeaway from this video. Creative Cooks, I'm your host, Phebean. Thank you so much for watching. We'll chat again in my next episode all about Mexican recipes in this month of May. Later!